Greetings and welcome to Channel Otherdoc. I'm Jim. I use he, him pronouns, and this is our campaign of Masks set in the fictional city of Doctropolis. Masks is a game by Brendan Conway and is powered by the Apocalypse. Tonight, once again, I am playing Null, the Beacon, who also uses he, him pronouns. And let's go around and introduce everyone else. I'm going to go in completely random order this time. I'm going to start tonight with Pepper. Hello.
Hello. My name is Pepper. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at mebethem4815. I am playing Puck, who is our current delinquent. I'm excited to see where this goes tonight.
Yes, excellent. Excellent. And now let us move over to Wally. Hello.
Hello, my name is Wally. I use he, him pronouns. I play Phobos, the protege, who also uses he, him pronouns. You can find me on the Twitter at Wally132.
And now over to Thtrnerd. Hello.
Hi, my name is Thtrnerd. I use they, them pronouns just to make life confusing. I'm playing Black Raven, or Mika, and she uses she, her pronouns. I'm excited to be back. It just needs to be Wednesday every night.
Eternal Wednesday.
If it meant we could play Masks every night, I would be okay with Eternal Wednesday.
I have a feeling that people trying to get to the other end of the week might be disturbed by that, though. I don't know.
I like Fridays way too much for that.
That's fair.
Hey, Wednesdays are my day. I'm down for Eternal Wednesday.
Well, it's Wednesday somewhere. And over to Kat. Hello.
Not here.
That's fair.
I'm Kat. I'm at Clerk of Court. I am playing Metawarp. They use they, them. I use she, her. And Metawarp is the Nova, out of the Nova playbook. And I am a little anxious about tonight after last week. Just a little.
No, nothing bad happened. Nothing bad at all. We're all fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, yeah. No. Nothing like ripping a soul in half.
Nothing's wrong.
No one had a life-changing event.
Happened.
No, not at all. And finally, I shall hand things over to... oh, hey. Thank you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated for the subscription. Wonderful, wonderful. And now, before I continue stumbling over myself, let me hand things over to our GM, Null. Null. I can't talk anymore. I've lost my ability to speak.
Hi, I'm Mole. That's what Jim's trying to say. I'm
Mole.
I'm Mole. I'm pronoun ambivalent, so use whatever you wish. And I play everyone else, and they use pronouns.
That's a lot of pronouns.
Everybody.
Some which haven't been invented yet.
Fair.
Yes, and welcome to issue 2 of Doctropolis, Rebels with a Cause. A Day in the Life. The cover. A busy street in Doctropolis. A newspaper drifts across the bottom of the page with the headline, "More heroes save the day." Center of the page, our heroes are walking towards us. On the far left, in the back, is the back of a police officer walking away. Up front, we can see Puck half turned towards them, showing a blurred out hand sign towards the officer. Next to them is Black Raven, who is instinctively half covering their face as they pass the law. In the center is Phobos walking with purpose. Next to him is Null, who is striding as a hero, although he looks a little less natural. On the far right is Metawarp, who seems to be walking while very distracted, dodging a fire hydrant at the last second. Yes, so we're going to be picking up 2 days after the big event in Moore Square. Is there anything you guys want to have done in that time?
Can I go back to the dojo after classes are over? That
Yep.
I continued my training. I specifically am looking for like the owner's son, whose name is Caleb.
Yep. Yeah, if you want to... Are you just looking to vent?
A little bit of venting, which will probably end in sparring because that's what the two of them do.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Basically, you vent a little spa. Therapeutic violence.
Yes.
Yep, that's all
And
good.
he wears safety equipment. She's like, meh. She
Fair enough.
demands he wears it because she doesn't want to hurt him. Is what happens.
He probably learned a long time ago it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Metawarp wrote a letter to her father, and then has been pretty much keeping to themselves. Just kind of either reading or just got their face buried in the tablet, not paying much attention to what's going on.
Puck would have tried to check in on Metawarp.
Yeah. I probably.
They would just, I'm fine, and go right back to what they were doing. Probably wouldn't even look up at you.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
You ripped a man's soul in half.
Yeah.
Maybe
I was
it's
trying to
my...
pull it out of his body. Done that before too.
And this is normal for you?
Is anything about this normal for any of us?
That's a very good point.
Shit I can do. We can all do shit. I'm right proud of that dent in the statue, though.
Me too.
And they go back to looking. They're actually looking through reports of different agencies, news, that type of thing, for news on Replica to see if they've turned up anywhere.
There's surprisingly no details whatsoever.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yes, there's not even reports of him, successfully getting out of the country or anything. There's just nothing at all.
Yeah. So they've been scanning. They've just been kind of digging through channels, overt and covert, looking for more information on, see if they can track him back down.
I don't think you guys have seen Black Raven in the last 2 days, by the way. I don't think she ever came back to the train.
So, I did want to mention that I think Null probably a few times tried to text Black Raven, just basically checking in, like, you okay? And then, like, at some point would have just sent over text something like, if you need to do something, I will back you up.
You probably have seen all the messages, because I'm assuming our more communicators have read receipts, because I think it'll be more hurtful, but she hasn't looked at any of them.
Okay.
Like, you're not even sure her phone is on.
Yeah. All right. And then I will... So I think after day one, let's see... No,
Oh boy.
no, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not that worried yet.
Phobos is definitely after the whole thing when Moore spoke to them, Phobos considered for a bit staying behind and checking on Moore, but he didn't stay behind. He stayed behind after everyone left just for a little bit, and he pretty much, I guess he would have just said to him, this is going to be an odd question for me to ask you, but
Okay.
how do you do it?
Do what?
Just this, all of this, just being this, keeping up this appearance. You're obviously not in the best shape, but how do you do it? How do you just go out there and just let everyone know that you're okay? Why do you even do it?
Well, there's, like most things, there's multiple reasons. One, I love the attention. Two, someone needs to. Three, when people see people in the limelight standing up and trying to do what's right, it at the very least makes them feel better, and at best inspires them to do better. And I'll go back to one. I love the attention.
Right, of course. And he takes off his helmet and he sets it down on a table and he says, I think I screwed up.
How?
I tried to force one of my team members into a situation they probably weren't comfortable with. They're mad at me, obviously, but I'm not mad at them for doing what they did. I mean, I would have done the same thing that they did.
Okay. First off, are they mad at you, or are they mad at how things played out? There is a difference.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just assuming they're mad at me.
Yeah, as much bluster as I put on, when I team up with others, it's rare that I'm actually the one in charge. Obviously, I have been with you because I've been teaching you.
Right.
Up until Magna Carta disappeared, she was usually the one that called the shots. Since then, Ronan's been picking up the slack. We all have ideas. The thing about teamwork is, while a leader is important to make the split-second decisions, etc., try getting more feedback, both definitely off the field. Sometimes on the field, there's no time for it. But if there is, get the ideas, then make the call.
Right. Okay.
I don't know what's going to work for your team. Your team, very different people to the ones I work with.
To be honest, we're a whole bunch of shits.
Hey, you're looking at the biggest shit in the city.
No, yeah, you're a big pile of shit. You're this gigantic pile of donkey shit. But that's just my opinion. I don't know how everyone else feels about you. And he goes to leave.
The biggest trick a pile of shit could ever pull is get people to love them for it.
He stops when he says that. He because his back is to Moore, he can't help but smile a bit at that advice and then puts his helmet back on and leaves.
Anything else?
I definitely would have went back to the train and that first day after that, he would have just went back to the train and just rested up for the rest of the day.
Okay. Right. So 2 days later, has Black Raven returned yet?
There's a thing called an unmute button.
There is.
Probably not.
Okay. Where would you be staying?
It's probably one of Puck's and her haunts, where they probably spent many a night together before they became a team.
It's just some squat or another.
If Puck wanted to go and look for her, Puck would be the best
Well,
person to find her. But
yeah,
she's been staying on the streets.
Okay, so I'm guessing some squat or other. You're going to look for one to spend time by yourself, or you're going to look one which has got other people staying there?
I think I'm going to go back to some of the friends on the street. Because at this point, they're kind of waffling between if it's worth it being a supervillain or a superhero. Because things didn't play out the way she imagined them the other day.
Okay, then. Okay, right. Back at the subway, you get the telltale little beep as the voice module for Nanny activates. Good morning, heroes. You have a message awaiting for you from Mr. Moore.
Is this early in the morning? Like, what time in the morning is this?
It's probably 10, 11.
All right. Phobos, fresh from working out, heads over to the computer and hits the message to be received.
Okay, it goes bleep, and you see more coming up. He looks better than he was a couple of days ago. To most people, he looks fine. You'll probably notice, Ezekiel, that he's a little more haggard than you're used to.
So, like, he has a single hair is out of place.
Yeah, there's definitely something slightly off. And he goes, right. You guys did a great job. And basically, you just performed the part where Ronan excels. Being absolutely great as a team. Doing your job and getting your job done well. Do not beat yourself up about him escaping. That was not your job to capture him. The fact is, you kept the people safe. No one got hurt, let alone seriously. That is something good to know. As a result, you need to learn the side of being a hero where I excel. And that's enjoying yourself. I want all of you to take the day off, go out there, unwind, and just enjoy yourself. To incentivize you, there's two things. One, if you weren't doing this, you'd either be in school or you'd be working. I don't think it's fair that because you're doing this, you're not getting, the income that you'd have if you're working. So, in your inbox by the front door, you'll notice that there's some cards. On these cards, you will be getting each month a allotment of money, the equivalent of what somebody your age would be earning if they were working full time.
Oh, gee, Dad, thanks. An allowance.
Wow, a whole $50.
Yeah, so jack shit.
Is that before or after taxes?
I can't wait to use this money to buy a burger.
And singular French fry.
I'm gonna buy so many small sodas.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay, and the other side of being incentivized, if you decide to stick around in the subway, you're going to be forced to listen to my keynote speeches from the past 6 years. They're going to be being played on loop.
Oh God, he has the Morcon 2018 speech. No.
No,
We have to leave.
Can you stop that? Metawarp is already climbing behind Nanny, trying to find the unplug button.
Where's the? I'm like looking for the mute button on the console.
Yeah, Puck is already trying to bring up the internal files of the computer to see if they can disable it.
Null's just like
They're trying to bring Null over. Just like, wait,
just
come
like,
here.
I liked that one. Okay.
I get half of you don't like me, and I'm not trying to be a father figure. I just think it's fair that you guys get paid for what you do. You're putting work in, you should be rewarded for it. It's as simple as that.
Fair.
So those cards, your first bit has a little bit extra in it because you've been in here for a while. There's $2,000 on there each. The The exact figure will be figured out by the accountants. They're going to figure out, what the average amount for somebody your age, skills, education levels, etc. gets, and that's what you're getting, because that seems to be what would be fair. Meta Warp, your dad has asked me to ask you to be upstairs in 15 minutes.
All right.
Anyway, I'll leave you to it. You've got half an hour until the keynote start.
Oh God.
Until then, just try and have some fun, all right? And he cuts off.
Meta Warp looks over at Null and says, we just restocked the popcorn, so if you've got plenty of time to pop yourself up a batch if you're going to stay and watch the videos.
I mean, I was gonna just gonna go online and shoot some things, but I mean, I guess I should probably get out.
I mean, there's always we could always find
that's not
Mika.
good.
We could go get new.
Ezekiel actually looks nervous right now. Like, usually you see him so calm, cool, and collected, but this is the first time he looks like nervous and unsure what to do. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know
How to relax.
I was going to say have fun, but that too. I'm not
Botanical
sure.
gardens are real nice.
Oh, Ezekiel, one thing you'll know is Moore's probably coming across very ham-fisted because he's not used to this sort of shit. As in,
I definitely
trying to
caught
think
that.
of somebody else before him.
I definitely caught that.
Okay.
I definitely caught that. So, certain Meta Warp, you have your business that you need to attend to with your father. So, Puck.
Check out the botanical gardens. Null, there's sunscreen in the bathroom if you need it. Bye guys. And she'll grab her bag and take off.
Have fun.
What I'm trying to say is, Puck and Null, would you two like to spend the day with me, please?
I think it would be better if I called the shots. So how about you boys spend a day with me?
That's perfectly fine. In this
I'm good with that.
situation. I'm okay with this. So what do I do first exactly? He's still in his uniform, by the way.
Do you have any casual clothes
Yeah, I do. I mean,
that aren't suits and ties? Jeans and t-shirts, Ezekiel.
yes.
Go
I
change now.
got it. I'll see myself off. And he goes off to go change.
He just sort of looks at her and is like, I guess we could try to do the arcade again. It's been a little while.
I thought we were banned from the arcade.
Did I forget to wipe? Let me see if I wiped that. I can fix that.
Yeah. Let's see.
Fix up his pad.
If there was a ban, it's not there anymore. Not unless, of course, physical security is in manpower.
I mean, the season. It's a different season now. It's going to be totally different employees there now.
They don't recognize you this time around. What? Puck? This is not Puck. This is my cousin.
Yes.
Rockheimer Schmidt.
this? Why don't we go find Mika? Because I think I know where she is. Then we can go get noodles or go to the arcade or both. Because
Yeah, okay.
frankly, I don't think I want to sit here and listen to that sanctimonious jerk preach. I've had enough in my life.
Ezekiel comes back wearing jeans, sneakers, and a regular gray t-shirt. And he looks like uncomfortable in this. Is this fine?
I give an awkward thumbs up.
He gives an equally awkward thumbs up back.
Puck just claps their hands, gathers their stuff, make sure everything's on point before getting the boys up to the surface. Their immediate thought is to go find Mika.
Oh, and also what you notice, because he's not in like either his armor or like this usual uniform, you see like on his neck what looks like a little metal plate. It looks like that's where his armor attaches, like it locks onto his body, like to help him do what he does.
Yeah, I just got like a sort of a backpack satchel thingy.
Yeah, Puck is very dressed to the nines in, I'm thinking, brightly colored tie-dye leggings, a crop top, their usual vest with their Eat-A bag full of goodies.
Yeah, just like jeans, t-shirt, oversized shirt on top for no apparent reason.
Okay, so quickly, Metal, when you get to the surface, you can see your dad in casual clothing leaning up against a wall waiting for you.
She walks over and just kind of leans up against him, just kind of does the shoulder nudge thing.
Hey, kiddo. Sorry it's taken me a while to get back to you, but I've got something special for you.
Okay.
First, we need to take a bit of a trip. He pulls a little thing out and presses a button, and you've seen this before. It's his equivalent of the Batmobile. You see decloak. It's basically a sphere. It's about the size of a reasonably sized 4x4 vehicle, and it cloaks, and uses anti-grav tech gifted to him by your mum. And basically inside it, you can basically sit down. He's got two of them. One of them is a casual one of them is actually for war mode. And basically allows him to get around the city as quickly as he needs to because he can't fly. It's his invisible jet.
She's like, you brought the car. All right.
Well, quicker to get there.
Where are we going?
It's a surprise.
All right. Do I need to change of clothes? Am I going to be...
No, you're absolutely perfect, as usual.
Aww.
And she kind of gets that teenage, Dad look, where she's secretly thrilled by the compliment, but it's still, Dad. All right.
He giggles slightly and goes, ching, one embarrassment.
I will get you for that.
I know you will. Still not going to stop me.
Fair. Yeah. So, no hints?
It's going to be out of this world.
And at that, her eyes go wide. Their eyes go wide, and they're like, okay, let's go. And they climb it into the sphere.
Okay, and he takes you off. Right, Black Raven. It's now, mid-morning, 10, 11 o'clock. Are you heading out anywhere, or you just staying in the squat?
Probably not. I think they're gonna stay put, or she's gonna stay put. secretly, I think, hoping that Puck is coming by themselves, because
cool.
Puck is like the only one who knows her background, like in its entirety, other than like the surface level. She was a supervillain.
Yeah.
And so secretly, I think she's sticking there, secretly hoping Puck finds her. But also, like, it's this, like, nebula of emotions, wondering what it's like to be normal. Which, of course, I'm sure Nala will have talkings like being a superhero is cooler than being normal, but, like, she's literally never experienced what it's like to just grow up and be a kid.
Okay. While the others, you're making your way around town, you get an alert go off on your phone, Null.
And I immediately am like, grab it, take a look.
You got a little bit a blinking red light, which you recognise from Twilight's security network. You press a couple of buttons, and you get informed that one of Twilight's caches that's across the city has been accessed.
Okay, so he kind of is watching. He sort of is looking at the other two, and so he has this brief moment where he's like, kind of the thought bubble will say, they haven't had a chance to relax and be like normal. They need that. And so I'm like, and so I just sort of am like, hey, I'm just gonna, I just got to take care of something real quick. For a little bit.
I instantly look over and know, like, is this something wrong? Is something that I need? Is it an issue?
I know this isn't D&D, but insight check. What can I roll?
Oh!
On who?
I just need to take care of something real quick.
Pierce the mask.
It'd be Pierce the Mask, if you want.
Okay. I want to pierce the mask. Pierce the mask. Pierce the mask.
It's mundane.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not good.
I don't think mundane's a particularly common good skill amongst this group.
I have +1, thank you very little.
I originally put it at +3, but it's now down to 2.
To be fair, you are a beacon.
Ooh.
Mark potential. But yeah, he's got something he needs to take care
I just got
of.
to check something out real quick. As some stuff at home. I'll meet up with you. I'll meet up with you folks. Okay.
Okay, just keep in touch.
Sure.
Just meet us at the arcade. And he looks at his watch. I suppose an hour from now, supposedly fine.
Yeah. Okay. You got it. I will meet you there.
Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
That doesn't cut anything out.
I just sort of shrug. I'm just sort of like, what is there? I sort of turn and I start to, and as I'm heading back down, all right, meet you there, about an hour. I will kick your asses. I'll be right there. I'll be there. And I just sort of turn and I sort of pelt down and I'm going to go and check it out.
Okie dokie. So you start heading off towards that cache. Okay, the remaining two of you. Where are you headed?
I'm letting Puck guide me around the city because I have no idea what to do for fun. So I left my fate in Puck's hands.
Good thing. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. Okay, so first things first, Puck is going to try to find Mika.
Okay. It doesn't take you that long because you know the haunts.
Okay.
Literally at the camp we spent like probably years together at.
Okay, cool. They're going to have Ezekiel wait outside so Mika doesn't see him. Just stay here. Play on your phone. Flirt with somebody. I don't care. Just
Why would I flirt with somebody?
because you're a human being.
Yeah, I'm a human being. Why would I flirt with somebody?
Because it's fun.
I have no idea to flirt. That's what I'm trying to say. I have no idea how to flirt.
Oh my God, honey. Bless you. Bless your soul. Okay, we'll figure this out later.
I will just stand here. I'll be on my phone.
Yeah, okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back with Mika. And Puck is going to go and immediately go find Mika.
And he looks up police reports.
This is what he does for fun. What a fucking dork.
I feel like he's a bigger nerd than Null is. Null
He
He plays video games.
He's
Jinx.
serious about his job.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say, bro.
Okay, so you head in, you find Mika, no problem.
Are you
Puck.
alone?
Zeke's waiting outside.
Of course he is. Okay, cool.
Hey, it's not what you think. We all got kicked out. Moore wants us to go and do some team bonding or whatever, but Null already fucked off to nowhere doing whatever it is he does in his spare time, which frankly I don't want to think about. And apparently Ezekiel has this massive column up his ass rather than just a stick, and he doesn't know how to have fun. So I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone with him. I mean, he's cute and all, but frankly, I can't deal with him.
What if I don't want to be part of the team anymore? What if I just want to be a normal person?
There is no such thing as normal, honey.
I didn't have a childhood. Nothing about my childhood was even remotely close to normal.
As someone with a somewhat normal childhood, it's a little bit overrated.
Yeah, but having every minute of your day dictated by your parents who want you to be a supervillain, that's a little overrated too.
Mika, you control water. You can never be normal.
Don't have to do it. I've got enough control over my power.
Yeah, but then you'd be denying a part of yourself, and trust me, you don't want to live like that. With people like us, people with these things that we can do, there is no such thing as normal. Even if you get a regular 9-to-5 job and get yourself a house and a wife and 2.5 kids, a retriever and all that, you're still not going to be normal. You'll always
you
be
missed
the
the white
odd one
picket
out.
fence.
They're gonna reach up and smack Mika upside the head.
What
Lightly.
was that for? I feel like I just got denozoed.
You did.
Okay, it sounds like you're trying to comfort or support.
I guess you say I'm trying to support.
Okay, can you roll plus mundane? I just want to give you more potential.
The only way you can do that is if you roll.
I mess up to win.
Oh, wow. That is fantastic.
Holy cow.
Okay. Right. So, on a hit. Okay, so Mika, you may mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if you open up to Puck, which he kind of did. And Puck, you may also, you can either add a team to the pool or clear a condition.
I'll add a team to the pool.
Nice.
Well, I don't have any conditions, so let's do the one that helps everybody out.
I guess I will mark potential, so I maybe level up today.
Basically, it's up to you and all that stuff. Basically, the idea is that you hear what Puck's trying to say.
I hear it. I don't know if I like what I hear, but I hear it. But you haven't seen the world of heroes from the other side. I feel like you romanticize it just like Moore does. That it's this thing to be flaunted above the people, or flout. Is that even the right word? I don't even know. English is hard. Waved as this banner of good, but I don't think we're any better than the supervillains. We just we're looking at the other side of the same coin. And that people even if we have superpowers and even if we can never be normal, we're still human. Or we're still a being with a conscience that could be biased. I want to fight injustice, whether it's the heroes or the villains.
See, that's the wonderful thing about ethics versus law. Just because the law says something is right does not mean it is right. You need to develop that moral compass. And they're going to reach out and tap Mika's chest. You need to develop that moral compass within yourself. That way you can stick to your own true north. Fuck the rules. Fuck everybody else. You do what is right.
I wanted to find the bad guy. I wanted to get him so that he couldn't terrorize any more people. But that wasn't exactly our mission.
And admittedly, that wasn't our mission. Admittedly, we stuck to the mission. And do you know what? We officially have an allowance. They're going to whip out Mika's credit card and hand it over. $2,000 a month, courtesy of Daddy Moore. So I'm assuming you want this because I know I don't want to be homeless and hungry and broke again. If you at least if you take this, you'll have ability to maybe I don't know, go to trade school or something, learn a skill. That way you can try to attempt to be normal if that's what you really want to do in your spare time.
I want to teach kids how to karate, martial arts, the stuff I was doing before getting tangled up with Moore and Ezekiel.
Okay.
And this whole team. But I'm also conflicted because you're more of a family than my own team. Or, I mean, my own family.
Well, why don't you have both? You can split your time between us, and then you can work at the dojo until you get enough of a reputation to following to open your own and retire.
I feel like if superheroes continue to drop at the rate they're dropping, whether by our hands or someone else's, I don't know if whatever, we can worry about that. I'm like 18. It's not anywhere near retirement thinking time.
You always have to be thinking about retirement because we get beat up worse than football players do.
Yeah, and I heard they get like brain injuries and stuff. Do I need to be worried about my brain? I kind of like my brain.
We all need to be worried about our brains, frankly. Which is why it's always good to have a backup plan, honey.
I don't think teaching karate is much better than being a football player, but in terms of brain injuries.
Oh, yeah, honey, trust me.
Anyway, I guess we should get that column out of Ezekiel.
Yes, we definitely should. So I was thinking...
Noodles?
We agreed to meet Null because he has to run his errand. We were going to meet him at the arcade. And supposedly...
Dinner better be noodles or I'm going to be upset with you.
Oh, no, dinner's going to be noodles, honey. I will make sure dinner is absolutely noodles. MetaWarp is off with their dad doing superhero things. Whatever.
Wait, I thought this was supposed to be team bonding. We're not even together as a team. What is this BS?
Well, true. But frankly, I mean, Ezekiel doesn't want to be alone because Moore is playing some of his motivational speeches.
Oh, I don't blame him. I'm kind of glad I didn't come home.
Yeah. It's been lonely without you, though.
I'm not that exciting.
I like you.
Well, cool. I'm still not that exciting.
I think you're plenty exciting.
Anyway, let's go to the arcade so we can meet Null and hope MetaWarp is okay.
Oh, they'll be back.
I'm assuming they've been having a hard time.
No, actually, it's kind of creepy. They just took it in stride. It was like nothing I've ever seen.
Oh, fantastic. That makes me worried about them.
Cool. Yeah, honey, it makes me worried about them too.
Anyway, to the arcade.
Yeah, let's go.
We gotta play Centipede and Galaga with.
Okay, just as Puck went into the building, Ezekiel, something catches your attention out of the corner of your eye.
Oh, I look.
And as you look up, about somewhere between 50 and 100 yards on the other side of the road, on a block corner, going into an alleyway, you see a familiar robotic armored form just looking at you.
I narrow my eyes at them. I look back at the building, look at my watch. I go after that. I walk towards them.
Okay, as you get to about 30 yards away, he just lifts his arm up and goes, and then just darts into the alleyway.
He walks into the alleyway like all non-pulsed, not running because he doesn't want to draw attention to himself. He just walks into the alleyway.
Okay, you look into the alleyway at first, it looks deserted, and you look around, and you look up, and on a fire escape up above, you see him, and he's looking down at you. Basically just watching.
I look up and he says, "Were you the one from before? Because I saw you last time. What's your deal? What do you want?"
I want you to learn.
Learn? Learn what?
The truth.
With that, he basically, from a standing point, he just jumps up onto the railing of the fire escape, then jumps once again, and he goes up 2 floors and lands on the roof of the building from the side.
He rolls up his sleeve, presses his watch, and the armor forms out of his watch over his body, and he goes after him.
Okay, you dart up, zap, 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 zap.
Yeah,
this
I
is the stuff you do in training every single day. Robotic armor assisted parkour. You get to the roof, and you see he's on the other end of the roof, looking exactly where you'd come up. As soon as he sees you there, he jumps over to the next building.
I take off in a run, and I jump following after him.
This repeats itself a couple of times. Basically, he runs across, jumps across to another building, you chase, and all that sort of stuff. This happens for 3, maybe 4 buildings. And then as you're about to jump across one of the buildings, he suddenly turns round, lifts up his arm, and basically blasts, and the area where the you were expecting to land basically just like fractures and starts crumbling.
I hold like my arm out and I fire a grappling hook to where like the closest part of the building that he can grab onto and like reel myself in.
Okay, this continues. Are you going to carry on running after him?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, because now I'm like he just endangered. He's now endangering. Obviously, he can endanger people. So now this needs to be like taken care of. So he's following him.
Okay, you follow him now. He ends up jumping down onto the floor into one of the alleyways. You chase him, going around the back of things. He is avoiding populated areas. You do notice this. Whether he's doing it because he wants to stay out of sight or what, you don't know. You follow him around, and then you turn around a corner as you're chasing him. And as you turn the corner, he's right in your face. And you kind of have to go in order to not actually run into him.
Yeah, I get to a stop, and then I like instantly pivot back already in a stance, like expecting him to do something.
He is standing perfectly neutrally.
Okay, now this is the part where you explain what is it? What is it you want me to learn?
You are not ready yet.
I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of tired of people telling me that. What do you mean I'm not ready yet? Who are you?
You need to get to the bottom of what Malcolm's been keeping from me.
He's keeping something from me.
He turns and jumps.
What do you mean he's keeping something? Oh. He looks at his watch to see what time it is.
Funnily enough, you could. It's only been a few minutes. You know, it's one of those chases, and superhero chase scenes. They happen fast.
I am just going to, I'm kind of frustrated watching him go, and I go to head back to where the others are at.
You turn out of the original alleyway that you followed him down, just as Puck and Mika walk out.
They see Puck. The Puck and Mika see Ezekiel's suits go back into his watch right as soon as they come out of the building.
For fuck's sake, Zeke! Can't you go 10 seconds without going into your suit?
I'm telling Daddy more on you for working on a day we're supposed to have off.
Never mind. Hi, Mika.
I'm texting him right now.
Don't.
You're doing the antithesis of what he told us to do.
Mika, I'm
speechless? Because that's what it looks like.
I'm sorry.
I didn't expect those words out of your mouth. I appreciate that.
I'm saying it.
Got a little bullheaded, which is why I haven't been home.
Well, I'm saying I'm sorry because, admittedly, I would have done the same thing you would have done.
I shouldn't have been off comms.
And I'm sorry I got mad at you for going off comms.
Didn't expect to do this right now.
So, let's go have fun at the arcade we're going to?
Yes, the arcade.
All right.
I'm taking you on in Donkey Kong or something.
I have no idea what
cabinet.
I have no idea what a Donkey Kong is.
This is your game, and you're going to be driving the narrative. But I so want to see Ezekiel on DDR.
Puck is going to wrap their arms around Zeke, one arm around his neck, the other gripping his hip, and just pull him into a hug. It's like, oh honey, I am taking you on a DDR.
What is that legal?
This is complete. Mika's just laughing because Mika understands what Puck is saying.
What's a DDR?
You'll find out, and you're gonna lose.
It's going to be wonderful.
I'm not going to be the best or a leader at this.
I understand we are 18, but I'm not sure if this is a DDR.
It's nothing illegal. And trust me, I know. We had a conversation about law and crap while you were gone.
Fine. Okay. I'll do a DDR.
And you can't cheat and use your suit. For the game.
Oh, okay. Let's say it's right. No suit. Now I'm even more curious what this DDR is.
You're just gonna have to find out.
Fine. Yes, fine.
You can't handle the truth. That sounded more badass in my head. Anyway, let's go.
Right. We have 45 minutes to meet Null at the arcade.
Well, 45 minutes to wear you out so Null can beat you.
Null does DDR also. I thought he was more.
It's a game at the arcade. Do you think about
Why did
anything
you
other than
ruin
her?
it? Why did you ruin it? Can you just
Because
imagine?
he's driving me up the wall. This kid has never had fun a day in his life.
Exactly. See, this is why we need to take him out.
Why haven't we done this sooner?
Because
Why
we're
do we have
broke.
to have Daddy Moore tell us to do this?
Because frankly, we're broke, and I think we're a bunch of assholes.
I actually agree on that one.
You'd be an asshole too if my parents were your parents.
Oh, trust me, honey. I'm an asshole because my parents were my parents.
Well, let's do this arcade thing. Let's have some fun also.
Don't sound like we're taking you to your death, Ezekiel.
We should take him clubbing.
Yes.
This kid couldn't handle clubbing. Anyway, let's go.
I am very good at clubbing. I mean, I have taken several hits before in my life.
Not that kind of clubbing.
Oh, clubs as in clubbing. Oh, I see. Social clubs. Got it. No, I'm fine with not doing social clubs.
He's adorable.
I think by this point we've already started to walk down the street towards not the cafe. Gosh darn it,
The
Puck.
arcade.
The arcade, yeah.
The arcade.
You know, I have to make an observation that when your dad's Malcolm Moore, this is the way to rebel.
So that's why he's going along with this hardcore, just for the simple fact that because this is not what Malcolm would do, that's why he's doing all of this.
Okay, so we're going to cut across to the external extremities of the mainland of Doctropolis as the invisible sphere starts heading out towards the island, which contains the botanical gardens, the power plant, and the Doctropolis Observatory. And it lands next to the observatory. Ronan opens up the castle and points towards the planetarium building, which is attached to the observatory.
Was gonna come here anyways. Okay. Sure.
Well, normally you go over there. Today we're going over there.
Well, I mean, sometimes I go over there, but it's
It's had some upgrades.
better at nighttime. Okay. Yeah. And they start walking towards the planetarium, looking at their dad now and again, like, oh, right.
Okay, he leads you into the main planetarium. It's kind of like a theatre. It's one of those ones where, you know, they bring up a holographic thing of the stars. And you can tell that it's had some upgrades. Obviously, they've gotten some money from something or another, or a donation or whatever. And they've upgraded it with the latest in civilian accessible holographic technology. And Ronan taps a few he taps a few keys at the console in the planetarium. You got a feeling that, you know, he knows people here. And the holographic display up towards the ceiling, it gets bigger, so it comes down to the point where you can actually touch the hologram, and it starts shifting through segments of space, one after the other, and then it stops on a segment of space that you recognize. The twin stars of your mother's home galaxy shone bright in the center stage of the room. He nods towards them and says, since you moved to the subway, I've come here a few times. Go ahead and touch them.
All right.
It makes me feel a lot closer to her.
See, I kind of reach up and kind of very lightly try to touch the hologram image, knowing that it's just light, but still as if it was very delicate hanging there in front of him.
Just before you actually touch, out of the corner of your eye, you see your dad's face, and a little sly grin hits his face. That's the grin that you know of and know as gotcha. And as you touch it, the world melts away and you find yourself floating in space, the twin stars far below you, and a nebula of endless and indescribable beauty laying before you. You hear a gentle voice from all around. You've got so grown up. A soft feeling comes over you, the same feeling from your childhood when you were hurt and scared and your mother would pick you up and hug you, making your troubles melt away.
Mom, is that you?
Yes,
I
sweetie.
missed you.
We don't have long. Your dad told me what happened.
Yeah.
You all,
do that till I did it.
from what you've been told, you know that contacting your mum is incredibly tricky and generally is, only reserved for important matters. Yeah, about that, I've got a story to tell you. I think it might help.
Okay.
With that, the nebula before you seems to shift, and it forms a picture made up of the stars. The stars come together to form almost a holographic version of the events before you. You see the picture of an athletic man, his features obscured by the starscape. You also notice a kind of glow to him. You instantly recognize this as a representation of his soul. The image starts to spin, and with each half turn, the scene changes, always with the man in the center. His surroundings changing. You see him boarding a plane, then arriving at a foreign land. Scenes of him in various locations. You feel the lowness as the glow of his soul ever so slightly diminishes. Without warning, you see a scene of destruction. Buildings collapsed all around him. As he moves a rock and pulls a boy out, by the size must be about 10 years old. He smiles and his soul pulsates with light. The scene seems to move more rapidly. Each of them shows some sort of conflict, some sort of disaster, or other arena of human misery. Each time the man is center stage, either fighting an adversary, shielding an innocent, or otherwise standing against the tragedy. With each scene, you see the soul dull, and the feeling of desperation and loneliness increase. And then it starts to crack. Eventually, pieces seem to fall away until only a shred of what was once there remains. Just as the feeling of hopelessness seems to be overwhelming, you see him alone at a bar, drinking, when a woman bumps into him. The next scene is having dinner with her. Multiple scenes back to back of them in a house with various activities. The soul fragment regains some of its lost size. Then 2 become 3, and you see them raising a child. With each scene of him playing with, teaching, or simply gazing upon the child, the soul reforms until you see a fuller, brighter glow than at any stage before. Your mother's voice interrupts the vision before you. I know what happened has affected you deeply, and it should. You have powers with very real consequences. But know this, there is nothing in the universe that can be truly destroyed. And in the right environment, anything that has been broken can be made whole. Especially the soul. It has a way of trying to fix itself, even if it needs a little nudge. The scene starts to zoom in on the face of the man as you hear again the words your mum said the day she returned to her galaxy. I love you, Chris, more than you know. You be careful with your mum, okay? With that, you are back in the planetarium, the man's face of stars giving way perfectly to that of your dad, standing there with a loving look. Always told you make me whole, kiddo.
She and I are both crying. And she turns around and she's that little girl again as she runs to him and just throws her arms around him. And she's not 16, she's 8, she's 6. Her mom just left and she's got her face buried against his chest and she's just crying. I love you, Daddy. I love you.
He hugs you deeply, and to try and raise the levity a little bit, he laughs a little and says, you laughed when I said I'd move galaxies to try and make you happy.
You're the best.
It'll get better, okay? You're welcome home anytime.
Can we go make cookies?
I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of ice cream in the gardens.
Okay, then we'll go home and make cookies.
Sounds good.
Oh.
And he leads you out of the planetarium.
Excuse me, I need to go get a tissue.
I think that's probably
Thanks,
a good
Mom.
point for the break anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, we can do that. Oh, that was so good. All right, well, folks, we're going to take a quick break, and then we shall return for more of this. See you soon. We have returned.
Recovered from the Fields bomb.
That Fields bomb was epic. Huge.
Okay, so we're going to pick up back to Null. As you arrive at the what it is it's a small lockup. It's got one of those pull down shutters. The shutter is covering much better security, but this is to make it all blend in.
Yeah.
Etc. Next to it, you've got a small little keypad. The way you'd get in is the keypad thing. If you hold it in the right spot, you can just flip it open, and it's got a retinal scanner.
Before I do that, I am going to check just around the perimeter and make sure. I'm going to be a little bit on my guard because I just want to make sure. I'm just sort of looking to see if anything's been messed with on the outside first before I try to go in.
Okay, you have a look around, and nothing looks out of place.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and, before I go in, I make sure I'm in a place where I can't be seen, hopefully.
All of these are in spots which are out of common view, because that's the entire point of these things.
Yeah, and I mean, this
secret.
This is one of the things. I'm sure I set up the security around here, so it's like I'm just sort of looking at it. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go ahead and put my mask on,
Okay.
just in case there's someone in there. And I'm gonna put on my mask, and then I'm gonna quickly just slough on out of the backpack. Basically, I'm just getting my mask and my my snare launcher real quick. Okay. I'm putting it under my shirt, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Looking around, and I'll go ahead and go to the keypad and do the thing.
Okay. Basically, it gives you access granted. You hear a couple of clicks, and the shutter rolls up. Behind that, you've got a door which is unlocked because of the retinal scanner. Inside is a room probably about 20 foot by 20 foot. It's literally designed to be somewhere to keep supplies, medical stuff that might be needed at a moment's notice. You knew Twilight had probably 20 of these around the city. You look inside, and everything looks impeccable. What do you do?
I'm going to check my readings again just to see sort of what if I have any more information by now about the thing that went off. Was it a sensor or?
It's basically an alert that was set up, which you look into it and you look into the computer system here. What pinged it was somebody else using the retinal scanner.
Is there any record of them getting let in?
Okay, you access the computer system here. You start having a look through, and the entire day's logs have now been deleted. And you start to delve into it and all this stuff. This is properly scrubbed. It's gone, not just surface deleted.
I'm going to have a quick look. I'm just going to make sure while I'm in here, I'm just going to have a quick look around, make sure that I don't know how big this space is, but
like I said, it's about 20 foot by 20 foot. You've got lockers, you've got chests. There's a gurney for emergency medical needs. Yeah. It's just think of a very, very scaled down version of if say CW's Arrow when he first set up that thing underground underneath the club. The scaled down version of that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a good reference. Okay. I'm just looking around. I'm just thinking. Rana, were you here? I'm just sort of hoping. I'm gonna try to do a thing.
Okay.
Where it's been deleted, the log's been deleted, and I've looked around, and it doesn't look like there's anyone lurking in the shadows or anything. Then
they'd have to be invisible.
Yeah.
Be in here and you not know.
Yeah. So I'm making sure the door is secure and everything.
Or tiny.
Yeah. It's possible. So I'm going to go ahead.
It's the world of superheroes. It's possible.
Yeah. And again, making sure that the outer door doesn't have anything. Do I have time to? So there are a couple of tricks I want to do. One would be probably a faster one, and the second one I don't know how long it would take, so I might not have time to do it. The first one is a very simple kind of thing where I go back to check to see if also was wiped the last few, when you go to like the opening screen on anything and you have to put in your ID and your password.
Yep.
There's sometimes like a thing where you can do a recovery key to see what the last one that was entered was, or the last couple of ones that were entered.
It's everything from today has been wiped.
Yes. Okay. So that has been taken care of. Okay. So all right.
It's part of the same files as the retinal scan.
Okay. How long do I think it would take me to do a recovery on that?
You start looking into it, all the recovery and all that sort of stuff, and like I was saying before, this most times you can recover files, and all this sort of stuff. This is beyond that. This is like, it literally does not exist in any way, shape, or format on the drives.
Okay.
There's just a hole.
I'm going to... How long would it take me to set up an additional little camera or something, or an additional...
There are cameras
signal. Here. Yeah. But I presume the camera log and everything has been wiped, I would assume.
It has now, yes. You can. The one thing you can tell is there is a hole, which means that the camera's filmed something and then had it deleted, rather than they just got turned off. Because if they'd just gone turned on, the data would stop and then they'd start immediately. Whereas what you're seeing is a gap. There's a hole.
At least I know what the time frame is. So,
and not long ago.
Something I'm thinking of doing is like if we have any of those, like the little sort of spy cameras.
You can set one up, no problem.
I'm thinking about just putting another one out of sight near the terminal.
Due to location, etc., you're probably going to have to hook it into the local connection to the outside world, because it's going to be a bit too much of a range from base camera to here.
I'd be careful about how I set that up, but I did want it something I could access. So, if I believe I possess the necessary skills to do so, to have a dedicated line on it to myself,
absolutely. You've got the skill set.
Yeah, then
it'll take you about 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll do that.
All set up properly. Yeah. You won't really have much time to do much else. If you want to make it on time to the arcade.
Yeah, I'll do that. There is one other thing I want to do, but I'll save it for later. And that just involves accessing other cameras that might not be on our system. But that I'll come back and do that when I have more time.
While you're setting it all up, there is one thing you do notice. On one of the shelves, you've got a series of books. Mm-hmm. And there is one missing. Twilight, if there wasn't going to be a book on the shelf, it'd be on one of the ends. Yeah. This one is missing from the middle.
Do I know which one is missing?
There is a full manifest for the thing. You look into it. I'll have to get the exact name for you later, because I didn't have time to write that. But what you do know is an occult book. You don't really know much about the contents, because that wasn't really your field.
Yeah.
But it was old, and you seem to recall Twilight saying something about it being the only one on this plane of existence.
Oh, great. So I'm going to sort of look at, and I am just gonna look real quick at that shelf just to make sure there's nothing else weird about it.
All you're seeing is the missing. It's not been long enough for dust to settle or anything like that. Okay. It's just the book's been taken out.
Yeah.
Given how you know about getting into this place, getting out, all that sort of stuff, you got here probably 15 minutes after the alert went off.
Mm-hmm.
So from what you know is, in order to get in, wipe the security, grab the book, leave, and not be seen by you coming up, you know that you cannot think of anyone other than yourself or Twilight that could do it.
Okay.
That's not to say there isn't somebody else out there. You know,
yeah.
I mean, who knows what this robotic supremacy can do?
Good
Who
point,
knows,
yeah.
you know, what other things can do?
Still
But
working
those
on
are the
that
only
piece
two.
of tech, yeah.
Those are the only two people that you can think of in your mind that would be capable of doing all that in that time period.
Okay, so this gives me a little bit of hope, but I you know, it's one of those things where I don't want to try to. Not as a person who doesn't want to try to have too much hope at once. So so he's gonna just basically, after he sets up the camera, he's gonna be like, crap, I'll have to crack into the higher cameras later. Okay. And he just sort of stuffs his equipment back into his bag and he just heads out. And
okay.
locks the place
security.
down.
Yep, the security resets itself as though nobody had been there, and you start heading your way towards the arcade, where you meet up with everybody else. What are you guys going to have been doing by the time you got to the arcade? You're probably going to have about 20 minutes between you arriving and Noel showing up.
I guess like while they were walking over, Zeke is definitely trying to understand the whole concept of trying to understand what it is to flirt, because Puck brought it up and it is something he doesn't understand, and he demands this something that he needs to know more information about.
I can see Ezekiel bringing up YouTube and then finding all the
that's what he did. he pulled out, like, as they were walking, he pulled out like YouTube and just like typed in flirting and then typed in what is flirting, how to flirt.
Pierce his mask and see what the heck he's doing.
Oh no, he's not even trying to hide it. You can just like peek over his shoulder and you can see that he's looking up how to, like, what flirting is on the internet.
This is why you, me, and Puck need to go clubbing tonight, so we can teach you what flirting is, because Puck gets all the ladies and the man.
The first result
That
is
I
a really
do.
bad Will Smith movie.
I'm imagining the matchmaker scene from Mulan right now, but that's just where my head went.
I don't understand the whole concept of flirting. So
this is how you tell somebody that that you have a crush on, that you have a crush on them without saying the words, I have a crush on you. Like, for instance, Puck, I really like your hair. Some people would perceive that as flirting.
I see. Okay.
Phobos, that's a really nice gray shirt that you have on.
Well, thank you. I actually, this is my only t-shirt that I own.
Phobos, you just missed the point. Like, flirting, it can be like compliments and being nice to people and looking at them in certain ways.
In certain ways, how?
I can't show you because I don't have a crush on you.
Well, of course you can't crush me. I'm like twice your size.
At this point, Puck has their head in their hands and they're just shaking their heads. Like, see, this is why we all need to get out, because that way,
especially
Phobos,
you.
Yeah, that way, Zeke, you can actually have friends that are outside of the team dynamic. So we need to find you some hobbies, honey.
Like my girlfriend.
So
I've actually done this flirting thing with somebody who reciprocated with the flirting thing.
Well, I do have a hobby.
And it's not reading the police blotter, right?
No, it's not reading the police blotter. It's I like watching cartoons.
There's nothing wrong with watching cartoons. Puck and I like anime.
Oh, that's what I watch.
What's your favorite?
My favorite anime.
Yes.
I really enjoy watching this one show. It's called Full Metal Panic. It's about this young man who's actually a child soldier, and he is inducted into a high school to keep an eye on this one girl. And
So
I
real
don't,
life is what you're telling me.
you know,
You're
what,
watching an anime that is just like your real life.
I feel really relatable to it. I think that's why it's one of my favorite series
See,
to watch.
I really like. Well, the American translation is My Hero Academia.
Oh, I
think I like it because everybody has like magical powers.
Well, I haven't watched that one, but I
You
do
put it on the list. It's a little less dark and depressing as what you like.
Oh no, this is actually, the show is quite funny. I'll recommend it to you. And he pulls out his phone and he writes down My Hero Academia on his phone as a reminder of things to watch later on.
If you watch that, then I'll watch Full Metal Panic. How about that?
Deal.
We should have team movie night or anime watching night.
We absolutely should.
Anime.
I think that is actually a very good idea for a team building activity.
Might also get Meta Warp to open up.
I don't think we're ever going to get Meta Warp to open up.
We can try.
They're kind of an enigma.
They have their own ways to open up.
I think if it happens, it will be on their terms and not because we try to get them to open up.
That's exactly the best way to describe it. It's on their terms that they will open up, and you just got to respect them, and eventually they'll say what's on their mind. Well, let's hurry up to this arcade. And he kind of shoved because he's now been too social, so he kind of clams up and starts walking ahead towards the arcade.
Okay, just as you're approaching the arcade, Puck, you see one of the kids from one of the squats that you used to hang out in on the other side of the road, on the corner. They're looking straight at you. And they're like, you can see they're nervous. This kid's about 14.
Does Puck recognize them?
Yeah, it's one of the kids. Nice kid. Right, very, crap family. He's on the streets because parents don't accept.
Puck is going to turn to the others. Hey, why don't y'all go into the arcade? I'll meet up with you in a bit, okay?
Oh, of course, right. And he heads into the arcade, beeline.
Mika, honey.
Oh, I need to kick his ass at DDR now? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, please.
That would be quite the great vengeance to see him fall on his butt while he's trying to DDR.
Yes, exactly. We've made him promise no suits, and if he ever says, and if he tries to use his suit, just smack him with
water like you do with a bad dog.
Stop do it.
Stop
do it. Put that on TikTok.
Sorry. I think some of that's in character, legitimately, but some of that was out of character laughter. I'm going to be putting his dancing on TikTok. Oh, I shouldn't be saying this out loud.
Go chase after him.
I have a partner. Oh, not like that. Gotcha.
Not like that. I know what you know.
Are you gonna? Go. If you need me, text me. Beat me if you want to reach me like Kim Possible.
Yes, Ron. Absolutely.
Hey.
Puck kisses her on both cheeks and sends her off. And then they walk across the street, head over to the kid and see what's up.
Hi, Puck. I've been hoping you'd come by. Have you heard about the others?
What others?
Since you stopped staying at the squat, a load of them gone.
Are we talking they vanish for 2 days and they reappear somewhere else? Or are we talking gone?
Gone as in we haven't seen them since.
How many?
4.
Shit. I need to get you my phone number. We need to figure this out. Take me to the crime scenes. Let's go. And Puck is going to.
It's different places. You know us. We stay at different places. As and when the cops start showing up at one place, we'll move to another one. It's all over the past month, and nobody's seen anyone. I mean, for all I know, there's Billy. I haven't seen him in 3 days.
That's not like him.
I mean, we've checked. He hasn't been locked up for anything. Neither had any of the others.
I have an idea, but I need to get the others' approval. We all live together. We have, I guess you could call him a patron. Some people might call him a sugar daddy. Just depends on what you call him. But he gave us
He kind of looks at you like.
Yeah, it's kind of nifty. Trust me. He gave us a place to crash, so I might be able to give some of you guys a hookup with a safe place to stay for a while. I just need to talk with the others.
Okay, cool. It's just.
Oh, we'll look into this, honey. Trust me. This is not going to go okay. We're going to find them.
You know the way we stick together, and I'm just worried they're gone. I want to know what happened.
Yeah, of course. We're going to find out what happens. There's Mika, Phobos, so you can trust them.
Okay. He's kind of nervous, not knowing what to do.
Puck is going to hand him $60 in cash, kiss him on both cheeks, tell him to get a hot meal at him, and they're going to head into the arcade.
Okay. He looks at the cash and is like, I'm not going to ask.
Yeah, trust me, don't.
Thank you. And you see him start to walk down the road, and he passes a homeless person. You don't know them. He looks down, and you see him take one of the notes and put it down next to him, and then carry on.
Puck is going to go into the arcade and find Mika and Ezekiel.
It'd be probably about this sort of time that Noel pulls up. He probably, some of these this arcade's got 2 entrances. Mm-hmm. You walk into one, and he walks into the other, and between them is the area where you've got the guy who can get change for you, etc. Blah blah blah, and so you can see straight across. You all walk in, and you're pretty much in a fairly common area.
It's going to if
is just staring overwhelmed.
Come on, DDR with me. Phobos. Ezekiel.
What? Oh. Lights, sound. Okay, yeah, this is a bit overwhelming.
This is where all the cool kids hang out, which is probably why you've never been to an arcade.
Well, I've never been to arcade, never seen the point of it.
Because it's fun.
Come on. You're DDRing. Do I need to do
I lock eyes with Noel because he's the only person here that I kind of relate to the same level at this situation right now. It's like,
DDR?
What? You know about this DDR also. What
He's
is
one
a
of
DDR?
the cool kids.
Oh yeah, it's right over there. And I point to
at the DDR machine.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a dance game. Kind of.
A rhythmic beat simulator.
Oh, you never tried it? Yeah. Oh no,
there you go.
It's cool. It's really cool.
In nerd terms, I guess that's what you call it.
Oh no, I understand. No, I get this. I understand what I'm supposed to be doing.
That is the only place where I'm ever good at dancing. You want to give it a try?
I know.
This is why we don't take Null to the club.
I haven't used it for dancing, but I understand what this is.
That's good practice.
I stand on the pad, and I insert my coins, and because this is like the same kind of thing that Moore used to teach Ezekiel the basics of how to use the suit's reflexes. He
You
just
don't get
puts
to
in the
use your suit though. That's
but
cheating.
he's not using his suit, but this is what he used to as one of his teaching tools to enhance his own reflexes.
That's
So
incredible.
he puts it in, and he puts it on like one setting, and he's like his feet instantly start moving like to the like flashing. He's not following to the beat. He's timing each foot stomp to where the light has to be. So it doesn't look like he's dancing. It's more like he's just mechanically just following the lights.
Why am I not surprised by this? Rich parents are the worst.
So that's what he's doing. He's not playing the game. He feels like he's just using it for what he thinks is supposed to be.
I still want to take you on.
Is it one of those two along ones where it's there are two of them side by side?
Yeah.
Probably. It's whatever we say it
Actually,
is.
it's one of the mega ones that we've got in our local PO. It's actually 4 of them.
Okay.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna jump in
all
one.
dance.
Before we do that, Mika, honey, we may have a bit of a situation with the crew. And
Would you?
Puck is going to fill them in on what's been happening with the crew.
I'm assuming we step aside away from the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Crap.
Exactly.
And they're not in jail? Like, not somewhere where they're, like, kind of safe?
That's what we don't know. That's what I was hoping Null or myself could possibly find out.
So we're going to loop the boys into this, because you know Ezekiel is going to put a suit on and run out of here, like...
That's why I'm the one calling the shots on this. Because the minute he shows up in his Phobos gear, he's going to scare off all the witnesses. He's scare off all our friends. It's going to be hell. Everything's going to go to hell in a handbasket.
I mean, I don't have to return. I can see what I can find out on the streets by myself tonight.
Just be safe, Mika, okay?
I've been Did you find me? I hid in the most obvious place, because I knew you'd find me.
I worry, Mika.
Well, I still don't know if my heart is in this, but I don't want to see people getting hurt.
Good. The fact that you know you don't want to see people getting hurt means
And
that
besides,
one day
I've got Daddy Moore's money to spend on these kids. Because I sure as hell ain't spending it on myself.
Exactly. Nobody said you had to spend the money on you. Find the loopholes, work the system, baby. That's it.
Because these kids deserve a hell of a lot better. And I think I'm going to start teaching classes at our squats so that they can learn how to defend themselves, even just a little bit.
Good. I'm proud of you. You've been doing some thinking.
Sure, this is impulsive decision making, but okay. If that's what you call thinking, then I do that a lot.
Yes. As long as everything works out in the end, let's just keep rolling with this, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so what are you doing?
We go back and play DDR now.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna wait until like nighttime to go to like all the squats that I know of.
So Puck, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. That was the end of a thought.
Puck is going to spend their time trying to find police records and see if any of the crew is in jail.
Okay, you just get set up with your laptop somewhere.
I'm assuming this place has Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Then yes.
There's free Wi-Fi across the entire city.
Yeah, cool. So that's what
it's not great speeds. People still tend to buy. It's better than the Wi-Fi we tend to get in public places, but it's not as good as home connections. But there is free Wi-Fi across the entire city, paid for by Doctropolis. Because of part of Doctropolis' past, because of all the research and all that sort of stuff, Doctropolis, the city, actually holds a lot of patents that are used in a lot of tech around the globe, which is where a lot of the money comes in for Doctropolis, and that money gets used for the citizens of Doctropolis. So you've got free Wi-Fi. It's why the education system is so good, etc. Okay,
cool. So yeah, they're going to absolutely spend a few moments just tracking down people as best as they can.
Okay, standard police records is just not a problem to look through. You start looking through, and if anything looks weird, it's how few of the kids that you'd expect to show up in reports aren't there. I mean, it's not a problem that they're not there levels of stuff, but it's a case of, it might just be a case of the police have just got an initiative going on which involves them not cramping down on people squatting and stuff.
But it's definitely sending off a warning bell for Puck. It's definitely throwing up a red flag. So
I'm assuming that Puck and Mika have like a text message or a chat on some sort of app where it's just the two of them for reasons.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would assume anything you want to share with her before she goes and tries to save children, which is funny because she's not a child herself. I'm assuming you're letting her know about stuff.
Yeah, Puck is also preparing like a little. They're mentally preparing a little. I guess you could say a little speech, just informing the others about what's going on. So that way, when it's time to talk to the boys about that, they're prepared.
There we go.
Cool. Okay, so are you then heading back to the fun of the arcade?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we'll just do the DDR. Let's have everybody roll. This is you having a normal life. So everyone roll mundane.
Boy.
Well, everybody that's there.
Oh, I failed. Hey, guess who leveled up?
I rolled a fail.
Oh, I fail too.
I think we've just been so awkward with each other that, I just imagine,
I got it.
Mika just got the news from Puck.
Okay, so no surprise, the computer nerd kicks your ass at the video game.
No surprise
What
there.
happened?
I just expected to put up a better fight than that. I just wanted.
I think it's because I'm so used to it being as a training simulator and not a video game. I am moving too far ahead for the game, so I keep on missing the beat because I'm already anticipating what the next one is going to be. So I'm always hitting it off timing.
Meanwhile, Puck is wearing very impractical shoes.
I love Puck's reasoning. We all have these debriefs I'm just not wearing the right shoes today.
Yeah, no.
Puck's tall already, plus the impractical high shoes. You probably picked the wrong one, and there's some sort of overhead beam or whatever, so you can't much because you're worried about hitting your head. So it's cramping your style.
Yes, it absolutely is.
Okay, so you have an afternoon of fun down the arcade. It'd probably be about this sort of time that your afternoon with your dad would probably come to a close, Metal Warp.
Okay.
He says to you, look, you can come back home or you can go back to the subway.
I mean, I know why we're supposed to stay at the subway. Maybe I need to come home now and again.
You're always welcome home. You do not have to stay at the subway. The reason why I suggested it, and I suppose, was all, you go there and all that sort of stuff, is you were homeschooled. Because of things being what they are, you never got exposed to the wide varieties of people in the city as much as other kids.
I mean, you made me watch Breakfast Club 6 times.
Well, that's just because it's a good movie.
Daddy Warp knows well.
Okay.
Come on, I mean, I'm just saying that, before you go off and become the galactic level phenomenon you're going to be, take some time, make some friends, have the closest thing that people like us can have to a normal life. You're going to have a fantastic life, and it's going to fulfill you in ways that you cannot possibly imagine. But
Doesn't it
it's
make
not
it
the same as
harder?
having friends.
Doesn't it make it harder when you have to go?
Yes, but the memories and the friendships you form, you'll be able to look back on when things are dark, and they'll light things up. And hey, I don't know if these people will become your friends. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, Phobos and I get along pretty well. We've hung out a couple of times. Null seems cool, and so does. I mean, they all seem cool and stuff. I mean, Black Raven's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I thought I was a loner.
Yeah,
maybe,
well, I can understand why.
yeah.
I mean, I probably shouldn't be telling you this. I mean, because of the past, there's a lot of, what's the word? Concern about where Black Raven's loyalties lie. Me, I'm not so concerned.
Yeah.
Because, anyone who hangs with my kid's got to be a good one.
I think you're a little biased, Dad.
Allowed to be.
Okay, fair. All right. I'll text you tomorrow. Maybe
Tell you what, how about this? Don't want to do weekends. How about we do it so every Wednesday we hang out, have dinner. You can stay back at the back at home if you want.
Okay. There's a great. Have you the noodle place out on the floating docks?
Oh,
Yeah.
I never seem to get there at the right time.
Oh,
I've been there
Dad.
twice. Entire
Dad.
time I've been in the city.
Oh, Dad. So good. I should head over there before they close. I'll grab some noodles, take them back to the subway for everybody when they get back. Yeah.
Small hint when it comes to having friends. They're often not where you intend to find them. So, maybe text them, find out where they're going to be.
Okay. Because it seems odd to her that they wouldn't be back at the subway. Why wouldn't? She doesn't get that, but okay. She's like, okay.
So text them on the way back, and I'll drop you off wherever you need to be.
All right, cool. Thanks, Dad.
And then he starts walking towards the car.
She follows, and she's got her head down, and she's doing the absolute teenager thing on the phone, texting everybody. Hey guys, was gonna pick up noodles. Where should I meet you?
You're muted.
Have you?
And again.
In here.
He muted
cut
again.
out.
There we go.
I hate the mute button. I swear I hit it. I must have double clicked. So let's try that again and be just as excited as the first 5 times. All caps. Have you ever played DDR?
Isn't that a country?
No, that was the USSR. It's a dance game. Apparently Null is a phenom at it. Still on all caps because they forgot to take the all caps off of their keyboard. Please come to the arcade and play with us.
Okay, should I bring the noodles then?
No, we're gonna get noodles after we're so exhausted we can't walk.
I replied to
get
the group says
noodles
like,
then?
actually, I'm pretty good at walking. I'm feeling pretty fine.
How do we get noodles?
I'm
if
going
we're too
to-
exhausted
I'm going to try to get a picture of us and send it.
Yeah, I think we probably all pose for a picture, or we send a link to a TikTok that we did all together.
You received this picture of Null taking a selfie of himself and Ezekiel playing DDR. So he's taking a selfie while DDRing and still meeting.
Still doing it and like doing a cheesy grin on it. Like,
Oh, it's like the game with the lights that you have to hit. Yeah, okay, sure. I'll be there in, and she looks at her dad.
10 minutes.
5 minutes.
I love them actually playing and like with one hand I'm texting while playing.
I feel like if any one of the team could pull it off, it's probably Null.
Yep, it is 100% null.
So yeah, it's just like that. Can you drop me off at the arcade? They're playing
Absolutely.
DDR, which is not a country, apparently.
He drives you there and drops you off.
Okay. So yeah, she'll come walking in probably at almost 5 minutes exactly from when she said she would be there in 5 minutes.
Cool. Are you going to take part?
Yes. Yeah, she will. They will definitely try it out. They will definitely head over, and they're gonna watch and find the rhythm, and kind of it's almost like a combination of the way Phobos does it and the way Null does it. In that it's reflexes, but you have to find the beat.
Cool. Roll mundane.
Oh dear.
See how it works.
Beat Null, because that would be hilarious. The suspense is killing me.
You did well.
You're better than
Not
most
quite.
of us.
Not quite take selfies while dancing, but you're beating the game. Fantastic. So,
I'm supposed to be the best at this. This sucks.
It's
the off.
reflexes and beat.
yeah,
I do karate. You think I would have good reflexes?
yeah,
Yeah, but you don't have the beat.
yeah,
I think
I
it
go
is.
clubbing with Puck.
yeah.
I think it very much is a combination of
Yeah.
beat and reflexes. My reflexes are
Too
beyond
fast.
Yeah.
that of anyone, but
Zeke, your reflexes
Yeah.
are too fast.
Yeah.
that's I realized that much today is that my reflexes are too fast for this machine.
Skylar is just sort of like, yeah, you're totally getting it. This is great. And when Meta Warp comes in and starts doing it, so he's like, "You've got this. You got this. It'll be fine."
I don't like
Yeah,
getting beat at my own game.
What's the name of and not realizing the whole volume level thing at a moment when there's absolute silence, it's what's the name of this song?
Protect Meta Warp, please. They are too pure for this world.
It's like that
Right.
awkward loading screen between the end of the song and when you actually get to see the results, and it's dead silent. Like everyone in the arcade is dead silent.
Meta Warp, please protect them.
And it's just like,
Meta-
and I just after there's like a beat for silence, and Skylar looks panicked for a second. He says, "I don't know, but it's awesome, isn't it?" He says, just in like the same volume, blurts it out. And
It's like karaoke, only dancing.
yeah, totally.
Okay.
Wait, what is karaoke?
Oh, you've never
Oh,
karaoke.
honey.
Oh no.
Oh, I
Oh,
never have.
Okay, we're even Meta Warp knows what karaoke is. She's like, Zeke. Okay, Noodles, karaoke.
I mean, we were gonna go clubbing with Zeke, but we could go to a karaoke club. That's
Yeah.
practically the same.
Let's do that.
Noodles.
Also, probably going to be more likely to be able to get Metal Warp into the karaoke bar rather than an actual
Yeah.
club.
Yeah.
That too.
They have dry clubs. They exist. Where there's no alcohol served, because technically none of us can drink.
Well, it's not. It's
No, it's European rules. It's 18.
Yeah, I can drink.
Well,
I
there
could
still
drink.
have to be
Yeah.
dry clubs for the teenagers who can't.
well. It's not so much the drinking part as the whole socialization in a room that's full of people and loud music and flashing
Insurance
lights
as well.
And
The insurance
trying-
premiums for the clubs that have under 18s is huge.
Just trying to keep track of that, of the threat assessment in a place like that, would drive Meta Warp crazy.
I am not a big fan of large social gatherings places.
You guys suck the life out of me.
Let's get some noodles though.
No, I didn't do that.
Let's go get the
Let's get noodles.
Protect this child. Protect this child.
figure of speech. Let's go get the let's go noodle word. Hey, yeah.
Okay,
That'd
noodles.
be-
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I think you
Yeah.
just see not Black Raven walk with her head down, thoroughly just like, why have we not tried to socialize some of these guys sooner?
Okay, so you'll start making your way out of the arcade. Black Raven, as you got your head down, all that sort of stuff, you step out of the door and you actually half bump into someone.
Oh,
And you know their instant reaction is, oh, sorry. Mika? You look back and it is Johnny, who, as far as you knew, was the driver for your parents. You remember him. You remember him from your childhood. He was the one member of staff who actually treated you like a person.
I think you have the wrong person.
Nah. Can't forget you. Wow. Funny running to you today.
I don't know who you are.
Okay, if you want to play it like that.
Did Mom and Dad send you?
No, they fired me.
What?
Because, I don't know, something about, allegiances. I always treated you well, so I'm obviously on your side. You know what your mum's like.
I mean, I'm not surprised, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, she saw the news of what happened with Moore. Most people haven't connected the things, but she knew it was you.
Well, that's because I'm stupid and I wear the same uniform.
Yeah, well,
She
she's
used the same
gone
name.
ultra batshit crazy paranoid, fired me. I'm actually on my way to the airport.
You're leaving
Yes.
Doctropolis?
Yeah, no, I've got a cousin in London who's going to hook me up with a private car job. Going legit, believe it or not.
I mean, good on you. They're kind of shit people. Sorry.
Well, the levels of paranoid your mum is right now, I don't really want to be in the city.
So wait. So why is she paranoid? She thinks I'm gonna flip on the family? Like, when did that happen? Months ago? Like a year or two ago?
I think seeing you on the news like that,
I'm
press
not a
two
good
buttons. Regardless, she's gone full on paranoia mode, and your dad's trying to talk her down and everything, but watch your back, okay?
guy. Shit. You need to get out of here. And
Like I said,
are these credit cards like RFID, where if you like bump them to a cell phone, you can transfer money off of them? Or can we stay there?
that sounds
this?
like that sounds like the sort of tech that happened at Doctropolis.
Okay. So I go, give me your phone.
Why?
Do you want some money?
Oh, I've got plenty. I made a lot of money.
That's not the
working for your
point. This
parents.
is my fault. And I feel guilty. And
No,
besides,
no,
Moore
no,
gave
no,
us a
this is
bunch of
not
money
your
and I
fault.
don't want it and I want it to go to good use.
Okay, then go give it to a charity. Go help some kids.
I'm
fine.
gonna do that. I have
I've got enough money.
$2,000. You can have 1,000 and I can still do a lot of good with the other 1,000. And I'm getting more from Moore.
Look,
I feel guilty. I didn't want any of the staff to get hurt by my decisions.
I'll tell you what. You want to make things right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Piss your mum off. Do some good in the city. I'm not saying become, one of those heroes. I'm saying do some good.
Okay.
Try and look out for somebody that isn't your mum.
Well, fuck her. Don't actually. That was not an actual suggestion. But really, like, she can go kick rocks for all I care.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, I made a lot of money, but it was not a good job. It was not a good place to work. Your mum's been getting more and more paranoid as the years has gone by, and you did the right thing getting out.
Well, I'm sorry you had to endure it. Is there anything else you can tell me before you go about what's happening at home? Other than to watch my back?
Well,
and
since
probably
you left,
all my friends?
Since you left, she's pretty much kept me at a distance. I've just done standard driving jobs. But like I said, the paranoid reach, for her to fire me, given I've worked, 15 years.
Well, I'm sorry.
Without a problem. No. This is not your fault. This is your mum's batshit craziness.
Cool.
Okay, only reason I bring it up is she's gone full on paranoid. You might have a target on your back.
I mean,
It's the only reason I bring it out. Yeah, there's a difference between, her being pissed at you, saying she's going to get you, and her getting paranoid, pissed with you, and actually going after you.
I bet you she's going after the kids.
I don't know. But like I said, watch your back, piss her off, do some good. Anyway, I gotta go. I've got to check in at the airport in 50 minutes.
Can I call you a car at least so you can get there?
Oh, I've got my car.
I've always liked you, but you're making this really difficult.
Like I said, the best way you can do something for me is piss your mum off.
Okay. If you need anything, I'm a superhero, so I'm sure you can find a way to get a hold of me.
Tell you what you can do. Sometime, make your way across to Europe, come to London, and we'll catch up and actually,
Maybe it'll be when I can. Oh wait, we'll throw back a pint together.
Sounds good.
Okay. Travel safe.
Be safe. And with that, he starts heading towards the car park.
I think you hear Mika go, Puck, we need to talk right now.
Ezekiel heads out of the arcade, kind of looks at that and looks at Puck. Probably looks a little frantic. Are you okay?
I'm putting all of you guys in danger.
I mean, I was always in danger no matter what.
No.
No, really, I've always been in danger. When you accept this life, you kind of accept the fact that your life is going to be in danger. One extra
My
thing
mom has dove off the deep end, and by what's the word I'm relating is not the word. Interacting with me, you all are in danger.
Puck is just going to wrap their arms around Mika and pull her into a hug.
I feel like all of the color in her face is drained. I don't even think she hugs you back.
Mika, I've had a target on my back since the day I was born.
Mika, people know I'm the sidekick of Midnight. I've always had a target on my back.
My mom just hired my childhood driver because she thought he liked me more than her.
Well, I mean, your mom's been batshit crazy for a while. That's like an open secret.
I mean, really. But look, if you think that we're in trouble, then we'll just look out for each other's backs. That's what a team does.
Listen, it's okay. We've got this. Oh.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Puck,
we got each other's backs.
Tell them about the thing you told me about. Because I get this feeling if they've disappeared without a trace, she's involved.
Puck will tell them all about the missing crew and what's going on and fill them in.
Missing children.
So we skipped the noodles. Where are we going?
Yeah, we gotta go check this out.
Well, I thought I might go alone. Now I'm thinking that's a horrible idea. And how I didn't get ganked in the last 3 nights, I don't know.
Hey, Noel, Skylar, can you hit up like CCTV?
Yeah.
Around the area where those kids were?
Literally all over town.
Already on it. And I'm going to try to dig into the CCTV and anything else that might be about.
Okay, it'll take you a while out in the field. Really, you're probably going to want to use Nanny back at the subway.
That's fair.
I think it was best we use all of our resources for this. Unless.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you get a text alert, Ezekiel.
I checked my phone.
It has the typical complete blank space where a person's ID would be. Doesn't say unknown, doesn't say private, just blank space. And the text just simply reads, "Okay, I'm ready to talk." You know it's Malcolm.
Guys, I gotta go.
Is this about where you disappeared to in your suit by yourself?
No, Malcolm, I believe, is ready to talk. I
really don't like the idea of any of us going alone anywhere.
I'll be fine. Don't worry. I've been alone.
You're not going to be fine against my batshit insane supervillain mother.
Mika, I have been kidnapped many times when I was Midnight's sidekick. This is not out of the ordinary for me. I'll be fine.
Do you want to take one of us?
If it'll calm things down, yeah.
I'll go.
All right, let's go.
Puck, I think you should stay with Mika. You know her area better. People are used to seeing the two of you together. I'll go with Phobos. And she's not even looking up as she's texting her dad. Just, using the code names that they would have had between them about the different, as to what's going on. And, letting them know that she's headed with Phobos to go talk to Moore while there's disappearing kids. She's just going to fill him in real quick, just kind of a shorthand that they have.
Okay, within a minute, you get a reply saying, "Okay, I'll see what I can find out."
Thanks, THX, and then she turns it off. All right, let's go.
All right, and I will head my way to Moore Tower.
Okay, doesn't take long. And the rest of you, are you going back to the subway or?
I will let them know that if they want me to get into the CCTV, they'll be a lot faster if we go back. But if the immediate impulse is for them is to just go immediately to the site, then I will go with them to the site.
I don't think there's anything we can do until we gather more information.
Yeah, there really is nothing we can do.
Okay.
Short of
Right.
me calling my mom,
How about no?
maybe I should just go back.
No. You're staying with us.
No. You can't let her do that to you. You can't let her make you into who you don't want to be.
I mean, she did it for like the majority of my life.
I mean, Christ, my dad did too, but he'd blow a fuse if he knew what I was doing.
So would my parents, to be frank.
Yeah. She can't have you, okay? Let's go see if we can figure this out.
I think there's a momentary pause where you can tell Black Raven is thinking about just running the opposite direction and possibly using her powers to get away from you guys.
Come on, Mika. Just work with us here for once, okay?
I'm putting you in danger. You don't understand who my mother is and what she's capable of.
We understand.
It'll be all right. We've got this. All right?
I don't want any of you getting hurt. It's my own damn fault if I get myself hurt. As it stands, the kids are in trouble. I can't help but feel like my mom is trying to use them to get to me.
That's why we're going to stop her.
I don't think we're capable, even if Moore made us all Iron Man suits.
Well, here. I mean, if she's doing that, then she's everybody's problem. We're ours too. We're taking this on. We've got your back. I'm trying to be comforting. If there's also an associated thing you would like me to do.
That's mundane.
It is.
Yep.
But
comfort or support.
Shall I do that, or shall I?
It's up to you. If you want to do comfort and support, it's plus mundane, which is your thing.
Let me. I actually am doing it without knowing what the. Let me go ahead and pull the actual thing open so that I can. There it is. No, that's the wrong one. Yay, masks. There it is. Okay, good. Sorry, I just wanted to open the moves so that I have it in front of me. There we go. Okay. I'll give that a try. Mundane. Here.
And another success. So on a 7 to 9, Mika, you can mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if you open up to them.
Well, I feel like I've definitely opened up.
Yeah.
But I also am feeling like she's both simultaneously feeling guilty and insecure at the moment.
It's up to you if you want to mark those conditions. It's up to you.
I think I'm going to, because...
Well, you better clear one of them from being supported, so...
I think I'll feel less guilty, because I think they've made her realize that they're, like, in this together as a team. I think she's just insecure about putting them in danger at the moment. So I'll clear a condition. I won't mark guilty.
Okay, cool.
Or if you want me to literally mark it to unmark it, I will. But
No. It's all good. It all works out. Okay, so you're gonna head. So from what I got from that, is you're gonna head back to the subway to start gathering more information.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we'll shift over to Moore Tower. Are you just going to the building and then waiting outside Metal Warp, or are you going in with him?
She's going in with him, but she's.
I meant into the act.
She's going in with him.
Okay, cool. Okay, you both go in.
Yep, and she's also. I like to think if I could retcon just a little bit.
Yep, sure.
I finally found her costume. she's taken to wearing it. They've taken to wearing it underneath their regular street clothes.
Okay.
So it's gone. The regular clothes are in a bag. She's in the costume now.
Okay.
Because her dad gave it to her while they were out. So decided it was time that she had her own. So they're going. They're going with, and they'll go inside.
Okay. You both get shown in to Malcolm's private suite. Basically, he's got the equivalent of a penthouse style flat above, at the top of the tower. You find him. He's seated in a lounge type area. You notice that underneath, he's wearing smart casual clothing. Usually what you'd see him around and about. You can see underneath the shirt, he's still got that one of those skin tight Under Armour things. It looks of a slightly different design than what you're used to the Under Armour looking like, Ezekiel.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Are you finally ready to talk?
Yeah. Oh, not used to this. When you guys first came together, I told you that, that robot hacked the suit and made it unusable.
Right.
Not quite accurate. He didn't hack the suit. The suit is fine. Basically, he
Then
hacked
what's
the
going on?
electrical impulses in my body.
He hacked you?
Yeah. And by the way, thank you so much for stopping it. Meta warp.
Just looks at him.
As soon as that bubble came up, the control stopped. But the control has had a lasting effect. My body is having problems connecting the impulses between the brain and where they need to go to.
Can I pierce the mask?
Yep.
They really would like to know what Moore's intentions are with this kind of stuff. So
okay, it's plus mundane.
Yep. Oh, I have a -2 in this.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I can't read him at all.
Oh dear.
Can't read him at all.
Oh no, I'm definitely going to try to pierce his mask though.
Absolutely. I mean,
yeah, I'm definitely, because I want to know, because I definitely want to know what's going on here, because between like this and what happened to me earlier, there's like so many questions I want to ask.
okay, on a 9, you get to ask 1. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get you to a blank? And how could I gain influence over you?
All right.
Basically, something along those lines. I'm not going to be, a real Strickland, so you have to ask exactly those questions. But as long as it's
all right
in that area.
I get that. Okay, yes, you were hacked. All right. But I do have one question I need to know. If you got hacked, if the suit is functioning fine, then what is going on with you? How does this affect you? And be honest.
you know how when you want to move your arm, your brain tells your arm to move, it does it.
Right.
Okay, it does it by sending the impulse from your brain to the arm, etc. Now, when I do it, ever since, 50-50 whether the signal makes it there.
So what you're saying is there will be pretty much a point where you won't be able to move anymore?
It appears to actually be getting better very, very slowly. Whether I'll gain full control that I had before, I don't know. And I'll be honest, being in a position where I have to rely on others more doesn't suit me very well. And is probably why I've gone a little bit OTT trying to get you guys ready.
So then what's going to happen to Midnight then?
Well, I'm getting better slowly. We're developing this suit, and he kind of pulls it, which is kind of a layer to help my nervous system do the job it's supposed to do. Similarly. So that's how, I can go out in public and make it look like I'm doing stuff. I'm just not really battle ready yet. And I say yet because I believe I'll get there. But I'll be honest, I think the days of Midnight doing anything solo are gone.
All right. Okay. Well, then what are you going to... Wait. Are you asking me to be Dusk again?
No.
Because I told you I'm not going back to that life.
No, I'm not asking you that. What I'm telling you the truth because you deserve it. You're about the only person who, as far as I'm concerned, can ask for an explanation and actually deserves to get it. Everybody else, well,
Okay.
I just want you guys, I don't want to see you end up like this. So this is getting away from me. You wanted to know what was going on. You deserved an answer, so I'm telling you. That's that. The other stuff over here, they're not connected. Okay?
Okay. Thanks. I have one more question, though.
And I'm sure I've got a smart ass reply.
God, you're such an asshole. There was this guy in this white armor. So far, I've seen him twice. The first time I saw him was when we went to stop the assassination attempt. The second time was today. I was waiting for my friends. Mind you, MetaWarp just heard him say friends, by the way. They told me to follow them. And I did. They led me around the city saying that it was time for me to learn. And when I finally caught up to them, they said, I need to get to the bottom of what you're doing. Now, I don't know exactly what they are talking about or what this suit of armor has to do with you. But if you know anything and why they're targeting me, you'd be honest, right?
Normally, no. But I can be 100% honest and say, I have no idea who this guy is.
I'd like to pierce his mask.
Sure. Ooh, tension mounts. Cool. One question.
Does this armor look like anything you designed in the past? Because if they had a relation to you, then that's the only way I could think it could be connected to you.
Hook your suit up to the computer so I can go through your video files.
I take a USB cable, attach it to my watch, and I attach it to
you can do it wirelessly. So
oh, yeah, then I just do that, yeah.
it's just a case of you actually have to press the buttons.
Yeah.
You know, for security. He starts, tapping away, doing the whole, 3D holographic interface thing. All full on Minority Report type jazz. And then, starts zooming in and having a look at all this sort of stuff and goes,
What do you mean? Weird. What do you mean weird?
It's either a really, really good copy or it looks like something I'd make, but not yet. See, look at this, and he brings up a segment of the back shoulder as you're running, and he points again. Look at this set of networking here. This is something I've been theorizing for the past 2 years. I haven't even got it into trials yet.
But if you haven't made it, then why is it existing?
Somebody else working on similar tech? I don't know. I mean, I've got a few scribbles down, ideas, but it's in the theory stage. I've still got to figure out how to make it work.
Metawarp pops up from standing back against the wall where she goes, time travel. And then just kind of shrugs.
I honestly, I've dealt with small scale time travel, time dilation, etc. in the past. Twilight would be the one I'll ask if only they were still around.
Faster than light.
It's
possible.
It's possible. I don't know. It's not an area that I've gone hugely into. Twilight was looking at it from an occult perspective. But if you want to look at it from a science angle, honestly, you and your mum are probably the ones with the knowledge, the knowledge of physics at that sort of level.
Okay. More, thanks for being honest.
Just don't expect it often, all right? And he chuckles.
Yeah. He turns and he goes to leave.
She'll follow him back.
Did you have some fun today?
You know what? Yeah. I actually had fun today.
Cool.
And he gets in the elevator.
You don't notice it, but a large smile comes over his face as the door lifts closed.
I look at Metawarp and I say, we're going to have to tell the team about this.
She's already texting Null.
She just looks at him like, oh, yeah.
If you beat you to it, pal.
Yeah, she's already texting Null. Need to talk time. Occult versus physics. ASA. Subway? Question mark.
You get, yeah, but you get a thumbs up emoji.
Types back. Delivery or takeout?
I think takeout might be.
Takeout.
Oh, one thing, just because you guys like, to make life easier for deliveries to the subway, is in one of the buildings right up above your subway station, one of the flats has been bought by Mortec, and it has basically someone who's employed to live there to accept deliveries for you guys.
Oh my god!
Put it in a thing
gosh.
and shoot down. It also makes it so other things can be delivered and it not look so weird. Like if they're bringing big boxes, they bring it up and bring it into that flat, and then it uses a secret method of getting down to you. That guy probably has other things to do. He's probably a researcher. He does research in the building, but it's basically to keep your subway secret and still allow you to be teenagers and get takeout.
So they stop at pizza place and get a pizza. They stop at the Chinese food place and just pick up some stuff. Then they hit the Thai place, and then they hit the burgers.
You get noodles at least. Please tell me you get noodles.
Yeah, I get noodles, not from the noodle shop, but they get noodles.
Get from the noodle shop, it'll take about an hour to get there and then get back at least.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, they come back with just like Phobos come back with just like this variety of food. So instead of asking what anybody wants,
we weren't
so
sure
I guess your daddy Moore's money is going to feeding us. I see.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
You
just weren't sure
probably
what you
see
wanted.
a wear pattern on the floor from
That's a lot.
Mika literally just pacing back and forth.
Yeah, the way it works is you guys get a fully stocked kitchen that gets regularly restocked. It's got what you need to make food, but splurging out and stuff is your own.
Yep. And that's.
But it's still Daddy Moore's money, ultimately.
Yeah.
Instead of cooking because we've got stuff to do, it's easier just to get takeout on the way there.
Yes, it is.
Much easier. All right.
Okay, so you.
A quick question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Since Metalwarp sort of texted me asking about time travel and the occult, I'm just sort of like now thinking, okay, if I wanted to, do I know where there might be in one of these storage units a book that would relate to this, or do I have, or do I have enough files here of Twilight?
Chances are, yes, there is definitely a book that deals with that. The thing is, Twilight never discussed the occult side of things with you.
Yeah, she never let me index her books, did she?
Well, no, I mean, it was a case of, you were interested in the investigative / cybersecurity and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And, that's where your skills lie, which is what Twilight shared with you and tried to help you improve.
Yeah.
You didn't really show much interest in the occult, so Twilight kept the occult separate. So you're fairly certain that she probably did have books related to that, whether in her master library, in one of the caches, what have you. But you wouldn't know where to start looking, really. You'd probably need to spend some time.
Yeah, okay. All right, so no time there. So I'm just wondering, would that be the book that's missing? You never know. All right, yeah, no. That was what I wanted to ask. So yeah, I'm just basically trying to compile what information I can get. And
Okay, so I'm thinking that the next thing that we get is a multi-panel montage of the five of you using Nanny and other computers and various other bits and pieces to collate information and eating through vast quantities of fast food And we're going to turn to the final page of this week's comic, where we return to the planetarium, and you can see Ronan standing amongst the holographic stars, galaxies, nebulas, other space stuff. His eyes are glazed over with a starscape similar to what surrounds him. You know, one day you're going to have to tell them the truth, he says, and pauses a few moments as if listening to a reply. One way or another, they're going to find out. It would be far better coming from you than someone else. But what if he finds them? And if it's him that reveals it all? A look of concern is on his face. Look, I promised you I wouldn't say anything. I almost promised both of you that I would do whatever I could to protect. Please, I'm asking you not to force me to break one of those promises. Okay. You win, but it needs to happen sooner rather than later. I love you. His eyes return to normal. He takes a deep breath and starts walking towards the exit.
Sorry, those were weird noises I just made.
Oh my
goodness.
gosh.
How many more layers can you put on this onion? We only have 4 more weeks.
Right?
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm telling stories.
Dang,
I have a
damn
main
it.
plot. I'm putting multiple threads in. You know, some of them may not get to fruition. Some of them will.
We might have to take a mid-season break and come back for another 6 weeks at the rate we're going.
Let's see how this. Yeah, this is good.
Oh my gosh.
This is so good. Oh man. So before I launch into that was so good. Before I launch into
before
into
we do the
after
closing
things,
stuff, let's just quickly do the end of session.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's better to do this separate from
that.
Give me a second. Wrong sheet. Okay, so we'll do it in the standard order that I do most things when I'm doing in a specific order, which is alphabetical by playbook. So, Null.
Yo.
End of session. Do you think you have grown closer to the team, grown into your own image of yourself, or grown away from the team?
It's I think grown. I have to say again, grow closer to the team. I probably it's either going to be grow closer to the team or grow more into your image of yourself, because it's like he was doing some stuff on his own more. I think that I think it was more since. Yeah, I think that he was sort of helping to try to kind of, in his opinion, he was trying to sort of hold things together a little bit and sort of, and so I think maybe I kind of want to pick the second one this time. I want to pick grow into your own image of yourself, because he was
cool.
He was holding things down. He went and investigated a thing on his own and nothing exploded. He actually managed to actually be himself. He felt comfortable for the first time for quite a long time, and also got to kick everyone's asses at DDR. So,
but let's face it, your image of yourself is DDR King. So
it's fair.
Obviously, you grew into that.
So,
okay, so you can shift one label up and another one down.
Oh man, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to shift I'm going to shift Savior down 1, and I'm going to shift Mundane back up 1.
Okay, cool.
Because there was an awesome amount of normality that happened.
Very cool. Okay, so next up we have Puck.
Hello. I would definitely say for Puck, it has been grow closer to the team.
Very cool. I think that's pretty self-evident from the evening.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so explain who made you feel welcome, give influence to that character, and clear a condition or mark potential. So it's a case of give influence to a character and clear condition or mark potential. So it's going to be potential. So
Okay. I will mark potential and I will give. Definitely have to say Phobos, even though I know he already has influence over me.
Doesn't everyone have influence over you?
Yep, everyone's got influence over me.
Okay, in which case, Phobos gets to adjust your labels. Can put one up and one down. That's what happens if somebody that already has
to adjust her labels.
Gets influence. Yes.
I'm going to move Puck's mundane up because Phobos has like connected to them more on like a friendship level with them, and oh man, going to move their superior down because they are now seeing them on the same level as them. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of like saying like he views Puck as like an equal now.
Would any of those moves force you to go out of bounds?
What are my out of bounds rules again?
You can't go above +3 and can't go below -2.
No.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Very cool. So you got have you hit 5 potential now?
Yes, I have. Well, no, not me.
Puck.
No, I'm missing one.
Oh, okay, cool. We're getting close. Okay, Meta Warp.
Definitely go closer to the team.
Cool.
And I really think it was, I think it was Null in the DDR that did it. So if Null doesn't already have influence over Meta Warp,
I think very few people have influence.
I do not.
All right, well, now you have influence over me.
And you can also clear a label or mark potential.
I'm definitely
Sorry,
going to
clear a
mark
condition.
potential.
Cool.
I have no conditions. That puts me at 4 out of 5.
Getting so close. Okay, next up is Phobos.
I definitely grew close to the team. That's obvious. That's 100% obvious because he now no longer views them as teammates, but he views them as friends now.
No.
And the person he has that he's giving influence to, I'm going to say he is definitely giving influence to Mika because the fact that they squashed their beef means a lot to him. Because even though like Mika was upset with him, he wanted to let her know that he wasn't upset at her actions. He was just upset at the fact that she went off comm. And that meant, and the fact that she accepted the apology means a lot to him. So that gives her influence over him.
And speaking of Mika.
Oh, and I am marking potential.
Yeah, cool.
And I now have 5 potential.
Hi. So I leveled up this session. I took my moment of truth. And I'm really happy I did, because I have a feeling it's going to be used on my mama. Or someone tangentially related to her. Because she's worth... Sorry. Give me 2 seconds to take a drink of water and try not to die.
Don't die.
Saliva is dangerous. Yeah, I don't like. My mom's worse than more at the moment. Firing my favorite human on the face of the planet. So I am gonna grow closer to the team, and I think Null gets influence over me because he was like, "I'm not letting your mom do this. She's a jerk." But he didn't exactly say it that way. He did it in his Null way of like, "I'm not going to speak up very loudly because I don't want someone with superpowers to get upset with me, but your mom's not going to do this, okay? I'm not letting you go back. And no, you're not calling her. And no. And Null's understated way of telling somebody off. So that's why he gets it. And I think I'm not ready to get rid of Insecure. Because I don't think
you're gonna mark potential again, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna mark a potential. I just don't think it's time to get rid of Insecure yet.
What advancement are you going to take, Phobos?
So I am going to take take another move from my playbook.
Okay. Cool.
And the move I am going to take is the fireside chat, because he feels like he's gotten more now that more is like feels like it's more is opening more up to him. I'm taking the fireside chat. So when I seek advice from my mentor, I roll the label they embody, and on a hit, they tell me what to do. And if I do +10, I mark potential if I follow their advice. And I take +1 on going through. And on a 7 through 9, I get +1 forward to see it through. And if I do it their way. On a miss, they don't have time for you because something big has gone down, and I mark a condition GM's choice.
Very cool. That rolling a 10+ on that is huge. You get potential, and you get +1 ongoing while follow the advice, which basically is while you're following the advice, you keep getting +1.
Yeah. I feel like
Very
now
cool.
that he really opened up to, they opened up more to each other. I feel like that is like kind of like he's now going to start viewing him as like someone he can talk to again.
Okay, cool. So that's the admin done. So
cool. I did have one question actually.
Yes.
And this has to do with a drive that I have. I don't know whether it got triggered tonight or not, so I just wanted to check. This really has to do.
I'm just
again
going back
with,
up to the beacon.
And this has again to do with the conversation with Black Raven. One of my and I don't know whether this qualifies or not. This was help a teammate when they most need it. I was wondering if that qualified tonight or not.
I would say.
I'd say so.
Yeah, I would say this has been. Like, I think in the back of Mika's head, she knew at some point that this dilemma was going to rear its ugly head, and the team was going to have to deal with it. She just didn't expect it to be so soon.
I mean, the main thing with the drives is, to a large extent, it's mostly your narrative. So if you think that counts, then I am not going to contradict that.
Awesome. All right.
I was just agreeing that narratively.
Yeah, narratively.
Well, no, it's just a lot of systems. It's a case of you have to get the other person to say, or the DM to say, because the narrative way it is.
Yeah. This one's specifically involved another person, so I just wanted to kind of make sure nothing else. Cool. Awesome.
She was about ready to throw in the towel on being a superhero. Now she can't back down. Thanks, Mole. She's not one to leave others to clean up her mess.
To a large extent, you got a nice interaction. You got someone nice that found you.
I mean,
he has a solid point there. He has like a very solid point. He could have threw someone like that person he could have bumped into could have been like, hey, Mika, bap. And that could have been that. Like,
I mean, I was honestly... I, as a player, knew that this was likely a scenario that was going to happen, either with my contacts or my family. And I expected it more to be the kidnappy way of dealing with said problem.
Well, I don't like to be predictable.
We can
Thank
tell
goodness for that.
We can very much
Awesome.
tell that.
Can I say one thing about Mika's suit? I've been thinking about it, and not because Ezekiel has a watch, but I thought it would be cool if the costume spread out like water over her, and then a mask formed. But I think it's a bracelet that she wears all the time, like a big chunky, like
Neat.
Almost it looks like plastic with water in it, or I don't know if you've ever seen the gemstones that have water stuck in the side of it. It kind of reminds me of that. So it's like blue, translucent blue, and it looks like there's a bubble of air where you would assume that there's liquid inside of it.
Yep, that works. Okay, so I guess it's time for the whole, outro and best
Let us do
moment
outros.
stuff.
Indeed. So we'll do our outros and favorite moments. And I'm going to go the reverse order from what I started. So I'm going to start on the merry-go-round with Kat, I think.
Hey.
Yes, that's what we're saying.
That'll work. I'm Kat. I am at Clark of Cord on Twitter and then Twitch, watching streams and playing games with my friends. I cannot get over this game. I love it so much, and I know I say that every week, but damn, y'all, bringing it. And Mole, that was out of the blue. Was not expecting it, and it literally hit me out of the blue, and it was amazing. Thank you so much for that moment. Favorite moment has to be Null winning DDR, taking the selfie and texting at the same time. That's an image I now have in my head of Jim doing DDR with texting as he's taking a selfie. That will forever live in my head.
Yay! Awesome. And now we will continue rotating clockwise over to Thtrnerd.
Hi, my name is Thtrnerd. You can follow me everywhere at Thtrnerd221. I just am branded that way and never want to change it because it's going to be a pain because literally every social media is that. But I have a new show that I'm GMing, a Blades in the Dark campaign, starting on Monday. It's during the day, but it'll eventually end up on YouTube. And I'll try to retweet links and stuff as that occurs. As that kind of stuff happens. I'm really nervous. I'm probably going to cram on Sunday for game. But my favorite... Oh, there were so many good moments this game. I think trying to teach Phobos how to flirt was probably my favorite part, or my favorite moment. Plus, I think we cemented Huck and Mika's prior friendship in today's episode, just between the kids that I think they both kind of feel responsible for, and as well as just the like interactions. No, you're not calling your mom. No, I'm not letting you quit. Stop that. Stop being silly. Stop it. Only they're like the exact opposite of Null and do it in a much more like overt fashion than Null does. But this was amazing as usual. I can't wait to see how it ends. It's probably going to end in a mama confrontation. I'm a little nervous.
Awesome. And let's continue around the circle over to Wally.
Hello, my name is Wally. Go by he, him. I go on the Twitter with Wally132. I think my favorite moment, totally was that origin of Metawarp story. I love that. Like the story of how their parents met, and then just seeing them grow into a family. That was just chef kiss. wonderful, wonderful storytelling. Good stuff there. Well, kudos to you. But yeah, that was definitely my moment. Because like doing, like I was saying during the break, it's very easy to create dramatic, intense, emotional moments out of fear and sadness, but to create something that generates happiness and joy in a TTRPG is very difficult, and you did it. Good stuff.
So good, so good. I totally agree. Agreed. And now let's head over to Pepper.
Hello, everyone. You can find me on Twitter at MeBeThem4815. My pronouns are they, them, and wow. Everything that happened tonight was incredible. And I have to say my favorite moment is definitely a tie between Puck finally like overcoming their boundaries and telling the team about the kids that need help and actually like bringing them into the fold about that, or Null just completely decimating a D&D and how everybody just rolled like crap except for the one weeaboo nerd who probably has been playing D&D since he was like in middle school.
You mean DDR?
Yeah, DDR, sorry.
Hey, probably played D&D as well.
Yeah, probably.
We're all playing.
Oh my
DDR.
god! I really hope Null drags him into a D&D game one day.
I want fan art
Possible.
of Null DMing the rest of us fools.
It could happen. Oh, very cool, very cool. Yeah, I think I have to say my favorite moment was there were so many good moments tonight, and I'll just go with I have to say it's the moment with Metawarp's father, just basically that showing them that was wonderful. So that was definitely it for me. And so finally we shall go over to Mole.
Hi, I'm Mole, at Mole Thulu on pretty much, everything. Actually, I'm actually on Instagram now as well, but I don't do anything with that. But it exists. I run this, and I'm planning on starting up another game of something at some point. Stay tuned for details. Maybe. Stuff. I think my favourite moment was, and I think I include everybody with this, was each time I got an eye roll because of something that Malcolm said.
He's a jerk. I hate him.
He is a sanctimonious prick.
Character. He's the worst.
Such a
No.
dingus.
He is number 2 worst in the world, second to Mika's mother.
He's such a
She's the
dingle.
actual worst.
He's the worst. He's the biggest dingle ever.
I just imagine him being a golden boy, and it just puts bad taste in my mouth.
But yeah, I'd like to thank my players yet again. This game, it's because of you.
Aw, thank you too,
Excellent.
Mole.
Wonderful. Oh man, this was great. I heartily enjoyed the session, and I'm wondering if it's Wednesday yet.
I was gonna ask.
Very cool. Well, once again, I'm Jim Ryan. You can find me at OtherDoc on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. I've got links down below to my website, Twitter, YouTube channel, and some fiction and games I've been working on, along with links to game signups and applications to join our Discord. On this channel on Saturday nights, we have Invisible Sun. On Sundays in the afternoon, we have one-shots. The one-shot this coming Sunday will be Fall of Magic, which I'm very excited to play again. And, of course, on Sunday nights, we have our Dark Matter campaign, Ghosts of Saltmaw. Ghosts of Saltmarsh in Space. On Monday nights, coming Monday night, should be the finale of our Deadlands game over on Tales from the Grim that I've been running, and they've encountered Stone, the figure that appears on the cover of the Marshal's Handbook. And so
Oh,
I
no.
think there's going to be a lot going on for that
Oh, no.
finale. Very, very much looking forward to playing that. And on Tuesday nights this month, our monthly mini campaign is Apocalypse World. We just did our world building session 0 yesterday, and so this coming Tuesday we will have our first RP session. Very much looking forward to that. Then, of course, 1 week from today, more masks, and I cannot wait because this has been glorious. Also, I've just opened signups for a one-shot of Shotguns and Sorcery that'll be coming a little bit later in the month on a Sunday. That is Fantasy Noir. It's a Cypher System game. So if you would like to take a look at that, feel free to go down to the RPG sign-up link down below or go to jimyesthatjim.com, click on Game Sign-up. As always, beginners are welcome. Well, when we hit the end card, I'm going to send us over to Tales from the Grim. They are playing The Witcher RPG. It's a very, very awesome and dramatic campaign, as many of them are over there. So you may feel free to hang on and say hi to them with us if you are so inclined. That will again be when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next week. Farewell.
Bye.